I was gonna do this earlier when they leaked the. Well, it wasn't a leak. It was like a release from Bandai Namco. They released the trailer too early. I was gonna do it then, but I was like, never mind, man. They're probably gonna hate this, and I'm not trying to anger the devs. So let's go ahead and review this trailer now.
Peggy 16.
Get ready for the next battle. Tekken 8. New challenger. Bryan Fury.
I'll let you taste the power of my fists!
All right, so what'd you guys think? I was personally very entertained by this. I went through a phase in my life where I was just obsessed with kickboxing, right? And when you get obsessions like that in like your teenage years, you start looking back through stuff like, man, where's kickboxing and fighting games? And then you get characters like Bruce Irving from Tekken 2, and then you get Bryan Fury later on. And Bryan Fury was one of the characters I was like obsessed with for a certain bit of time. My brother used to beat me up with Bryan Fury on Tekken 3 all the time. So there's a little bit of nostalgia here for me. Bryan Fury's cool. His outfit's cool. It's not like the coolest one I have seen. I honestly like his one from Tekken 7 a bit more. I don't know. I have to look at it some more. Because it's like, this is like his Tekken 3 outfit, but like modified. It has a skull on there now. It's just like, it's going with the reoccurring theme of like just putting a bunch of shit on the characters, right? Like, this is like not that special from outfits he's had before, but he's like got a lot of stuff on, right? Like, he, instead of having one bandana on his arm, he has like three of them or something, right? Instead of having like a single, I don't know, bandolier of like shotgun shells, he has two of them on, and he has all this shit on his arm, overall, I still like the look. I'm just saying, like, some of these characters are getting I don't understand why they have so much on them. There comes a point where it's starting to become like costumey. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't something Brian's wearing like when he's like destroying tanks or helicopters. He's wearing this because he's a bad bitch. Okay, so I have to talk about all the new moves. And let me just say this. I have not played Bryan Fury consistently since Tag 2. So there's some things I might say is new here that might have came within Tekken 7 seasons, and I just didn't play with them. So my dog is like going nuts over here. She's like itching. Sorry, that's what that noise was. So let's see here. Right off the bat, He does down forward 2-1. It looks like he has a sway. Either that's a sway or that's a stance change. I can't really tell. And he does this high straight punch, and it looks like it is one of those things that does chip damage. You can see the indicator. Jack 8 is turning orange here, so yeah, it does chip damage, and it seems like it gives him like quite a bit of plus frames. And then he does forward 2-1-4. And then he does the taunt. This is like one of the most interesting things I've seen so far from Tekken 8. I love characters like this. If you play with Nightmare and Soul Calibur 6, Berserker, and DNF Duel, or I'm trying to think, there's a character like this in Blaze Blue, I'm sure. Like, there's multiple characters like this in fighting games, but like they do a certain action and it gives them a buff on some of their abilities. Now Bryan has that. See, he's taunting and he has this fire around his arms, which that is a cool effect. That looks like some Devil May Cry 5 effect right there. You know, it looks like something that Dante would have with his Balrog gauntlets. All right, that is sidestep 1, which should still be cancelable. And I don't know what this is. Honestly, I hope that orbital heal goes away. And this is what's replacing orbital heal. As you can see, he's using his right leg for this. So this could very well be like a jumping knee. And he can honestly, Bryan, I think kickboxing can like replace a lot of the characters, right? And it's not like I want Josie and Bruce to be X out of the series for good and replaced by Bryan, but I feel like they're trying to tell us something here with these knees, because Bryan doesn't traditionally have all these knees. He normally has like the while standing 3-4, he has back 4, and he has forward 3. Those are the knees that he has. And back in Tekken 5 and Tekken 4, and I want to say, was it in Tekken Tag 1 when he had his old forward 2-1-4? He had a knee at the end of that. But traditionally, he doesn't have that many. So this is why I want this to be his new orbital heal, because it looks like he definitely could have gotten a juggle from it, maybe. If not, if they're just flat on the ground, that's fine. But look at that there. That's beautiful. This is movement, and this is what I want back in my Tekken game, right? He did his taunt, and bam, I got my buff. Sidestep, in a better position. And now he's doing forward 2-1. Let's see. Forward 2-1. And this looks like down 2-3. Down 2-3-2. Wow. That's cool. So I really like that. They're making Bryan more of like it seems like more like a traditional kickboxer. You know what I mean? Well, maybe like more, he's always been more of a puncher than anything, you know what I mean? Especially like in later games, they give him more like punching moves, like they give him his back 1, which is his elbow. It used to bounce you off the ground without being a counter hit. You know, he has the uppercut, he has like the multiple, back 1 slide 2, and then you keep mashing on 1 and 2. Like, he's always been more of a puncher, but they're making him more of like a kickboxer, like Brad from Virtua Fighter, which is a good thing. That's a good thing to bite from Virtua Fighter, because Brad is like, to me, one of the cooler iterations of kickboxers in fighting games, because he actually has some boxing in him, you know, and Bryan kind of lacked that. He has a sway, but the sway's never been very useful. All right. Classic. This is like a classic combo. It looks like, so Bryan's had back 2-4 and back 2-1-4 for a long time, right? And I hope that there's some version of the animation that he's had from like Tekken Tag 2 going forward, because like the first animation he had for like his back fist back 2-1-4 or back 2-4 always look ugly to me. But you know, the other one looked kind of cool, so I don't know what this is. It looks like it's replacing his back 2-1-4 though, and I like it because it's a juggle and it's a cool looking kick. Bryan needs cool kicks, you know, and there's like a bunch of new moves, man. Like, it's hard for me to like react to this because I feel like this is the longest trailer. like by the way the music goes. So this is while standing. I hope they didn't take away Fisherman Slam. It looks like that's crouch dash 2-2. But that means you won't be able to crouch dash in a Fisherman Slam unless you crouch dash cancel, I think. Well, we'll see. There's his quarter circle forward, or his crouch dash 1+2. It looks like that does some chip damage too. That's traditionally not safe, right? I don't know. But he does this move here. It's a power crush. But wow. What is this thing going on with Jack right here? I like that. I like that power crush. He's like, and then pow. Hit him. Wall splat. And I like that this is a flippity dippity because I like using Bryan's 3-3 and combos, especially 3-3-4, and seeing it used in like an actual juggle situation. That's good because I've always wanted it to be like a good juggling move. It's good juggle filler in Tekken Tag too, if you ask me. And now you can just use it like willy-nilly. This move is cool too because I wonder what it is. This has to be like down forward 1+2, right? Because we've seen down forward 2. So that has to be like down forward 1+2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Then 3. That's the only thing I could think of. Either that or I don't know, man. I don't know what else that could be unless it's just down 2, 2, 2. Or maybe it's forward 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Could be. So this was cool to me. This is a throwback to like Tekken 6's intro where Paul and Bryan trade punches. And the thing about this is it's kind of bittersweet for me because this never happens in Tekken 6. But it's cool because it looks like it's something that's being referenced and Paul sees Bryan. Because this has always been a thing to me ever since seeing it on Tekken 6's intro. They're both Americans. They're both really strong. It should really have been a thing by now. You know, Paul was interested in fighting Kazuya in Tekken 4, but he lost to Kuma, which turned him into a joke character. Would have been better if Paul lost to Bryan, if you ask me. But that's just revisionist history. I just think that would have been better for the story if Bryan had Yoshimitsu and Paul as rivals. And then he sends them, as my friend Han says. Also, really cool thing. They made it so I want to use down 3+4 to 2. Because it's an actual juggle now. It's a flippity dippity. 3-3-4. What was that? Because didn't I say earlier he did like a sidestep 2 or didn't I? So traditionally he's had sidestep 2-3. I've never liked it because like after Tekken 6, like it was new in Tekken 6, but after Tekken 6 it was like, you know what's going to happen. So you could just do whatever afterwards. It's like a mid low, it left them open. But this, it looks like a mid high and it could possibly jail. I know it looks like a natural combo, unless that was a counter hit, right? Yeah, that was a punish. So that was a natural combo. Had to have been. And then he does the taunt. And then he does his rage attack. Not rage attack. His, what is that called again? Whatever. His heat attack. That's what it is. It's cool looking too. I like it because he does like the flying knee. Flying knee. Superman punch. And he has this thing going on where he's like cutting the air with his fist. It's pretty cool. Oh, wait a second. I missed that for the first time I watched this. So he can now go into, that's back 1+2. Or down back 1+2. And that's a heat engager now. That's dangerous. Bryan's going to be a beast in this game because with the taunt being, unblockable, and catching people off guard. There are people that get caught off guard by this all the time. Nee does it. Mr. Naps used to do it all the time, aka Jimmy J. Tran. And yeah, like this is gonna be very strong because now you have to watch out for that. And you're gonna have to challenge him, and he can cancel that knee at any time. Was that just? Hold on. Look at that. So he's buffed because he did the taunt. That's crazy. He's buffed because he did the taunt, and now he's doing this new move, which looks like 3+4 and held 2. And then he just juggles him with the jet upper. And then, yeah, that definitely was a sway at the beginning. So down, forward, 2, 1 can be, you can sway backwards from that. Cool. That might be in Tekken 7. I don't know. That was forward, forward, 2. I like that move. I like this move, like, a lot. So that must be, that's crouch dash, isn't it? Crouch dash 2, 4. So he has crouch dash 2, 2 and 2, 4. And this is the buff version of his forward, forward 2 after the taunt. I don't know what move this is, but if I had to wager it, it's probably like a full crouch 1. No, that can't be. That is a straight. Oh, that's the move from the beginning. That's when he like jumps backwards, right? That's when he sways back and then he does 1, and then he does. This is a high attack on counter hit. It's a flippity dippity. I like this. I like this. Gotta remember, Bryan's a cyborg, man. So this is going to be a long video because they could have like fixed his laugh, by the way. Yo, Bryan's actual like art. Let's go back to it real quick. I want to talk about that before I forget. This does not look like it's something that, you know, Bamco made. So when I woke up and I seen this the other day, I was like, wait a second, is this fake? But they made it anyway. So you know what? To give you perspective, let's look at Bryan's rage art in Tekken 7. All right, so here's the rage art from Tekken 7. Really lame. You could do this like without. You could do this whole rage art without even actually like, you know, having a rage art. It's a combo that Bryan can do. And before Tekken 7 came out, this was his on the original vanilla version of Tekken 7. This was his rage art, period, right? But people were riding Bamco's nuts because they changed the camera angle, right? And I thought that was ridiculous. I'm like, you guys will do anything to eat sack and get a game early, right? Like, I know I've covered DNF Duel, but like people were eating massive sacks saying that this was a massive improvement. It wasn't. This though, look at this. You know why this camera angle makes more of a difference and why this rage art is so much better? It's not because, oh my god, pretty 4K. Look at what he does. So that looks like Fisherman Slam, right? We haven't seen Fisherman Slam, but it's okay. He's doing this machine gun punch thing. This looks like a super. He hits you with a, was there like a effect? Yeah, he does an uppercut. The uppercut has an effect. He found target. Me and my friend Hans were talking about that. But yeah, look at this. He found the target. Target locked. He's dashing toward him like, yo, you can't stop Bryan. He looks mad scary right now. And look at the freaking attention to detail here. You got the aura around his fist. You got the muscles, bro. You got this. He doesn't look like he has these muscles when he's just standing still. You got the arms. It looks like everything is going into this punch. This guy is an animal, right? That's why this rage art looks significantly better. That's how you make a good looking rage art. And it ends in the same move that the other rage art ends in. And it's still that much better. That's what you call a presentation right there. And I think Bandai Namco is like, this is a masterclass of presentation. They're doing very well, and I love it. But that's all I got to say about this video. Let me know what you think. I'm hyped for Bryan's reveal. I can't wait for the actual beta, because in case you missed it, I think I said it in a couple of videos. There's going to be a beta at some point. It has crossplay. We're going to be set, boys. Let me know what you think.